Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on?
My name's Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are La Lido Loca, and it's Tuesday Night Live.
Tuesday Night Live.
Cruise Night Live. Look, simple question tonight. Is cruising still the best vacation in 2025?
Yeah. Ocean cruising or land cruising?
I think I brought this topic up just because I'm bitter.
Why are you bitter, Anthony?
So, it's been less than a week since we came back from a wonderful adventure to see our youngest son get married.
Yes.
Which was fantastic. And then we also took some time to see all of the kids that we don't normally get to see.
That's right.
And then we took some time to go to Indianapolis to see my sister. We don't do that very often.
Right.
And then we drove 15 hours back home. Now, what made me start what planted the seed to remind me that cruising is still the best vacation ever in 2025 is that we had the hotel every night.
Right.
We had to pay for food every night.
Every night.
If we wanted to do anything entertainment-wise, we had to pay for that every night. And then plus, like on a cruise, you go to all these different cities, but you just kind of go to sleep and you wake up and woo, you're there.
That's right.
No, we had to suffer in the car.
We had to put toothpicks in our eyes to keep them open.
The one thing that maybe makes land vacations better than cruise vacations would be Buc-ee's.
Right, Buc-ee's was good. Well, and to be fair, let's be fair about the whole situation.
Be fair.
Okay.
Hit me with the fairness.
There's sometimes on the ocean that you can't do what we did, right? Like our kid got married, so unless they were going to have a cruise wedding,
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true.
And, I think also, to be fair, your roof caved in the studio.
That's true.
We were supposed to do it, in 2 days, the driving. But going there, we did it all in one shot. But coming home, we're like, all right, we're just going to mosey ourselves home. By the end of it, though, on that Tuesday, I'm like, I just want to go home.
That's an interesting phenomena. So we were gone for about a week.
Right.
And by the time we got to day 7, even though we had wonderful experiences with everybody, we really were ready to come home.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like that on a cruise?
No, never.
I don't think I really ever feel like that either. Like, oh, I'm just ready to come home.
Right. I mean, there's sometimes because if, the bed is too hard or whatever, but not really. I'm like, oh, I got to go home and make my own bed and cook my own food? No.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, we did go through the thing that we've talked about before. One of the big challenges of doing land vacation with multiple people is trying to figure out where you're going to eat.
Yeah. And listen, didn't that come up?
It did, yeah.
Because we had all 6 kids that we needed to, kind of hang out with. And it was like, well, where do you want to go to dinner? And, it was, then that whole hassle also.
Yeah. I think I'm going to make a poll, and I do have a couple of call-outs to make. La Padre Family Adventure joined as channel members before the show. Thank you guys for doing that. And then we do have a super chat from Del B. What's the best Alaska cruise and when?
So it depends on what you're wanting to do, right? Like the salmon made at one time, and then sometimes they're not there. Whale watching is a little different. Northern Lights, you want to go towards the end of the season. So, I mean, that kind of depends on what you're wanting to get out of Alaska. And then what cruise line? I mean, Holland has been there the longest. Princess does it well. We have not been on Holland, but we've been on NCL and Princess. Is that the only 2?
We've been on Carnival.
Oh, yeah, and Carnival.
And
you know what?
NCL
Listen,
Princess.
they all had beautiful experiences. Alaska is just, it's not about the ship when you go to Alaska. It definitely is, the destination. If you've been to the Caribbean, a lot of times you've already been to the port, so the ship is kind of your destination as well. But up there, I'm so excited that you're getting to go and see it. We missed last season, so we
Yeah.
definitely have to go next season.
I'm excited. Again, it was kind of unexpected to go, but I'm excited to go. Not really sure what Don's status is yet. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, it should be a wonderful adventure. The only thing I would add to what you're saying about Alaska is that's one time if you can save up and splurge for a balcony, I would do it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because it's cool to go up on the decks on the public areas and watch kind of like your sailing. Like that's one of those cruises where the sailing is part of the adventure. Like just watching the sea go by, or all of a sudden you're like in some fjords, or you're in the intercoastal or something like that. It's definitely worth having a balcony for that. So, yeah.
So someone had a really good question. What do we think is cheaper? So we were gone for the week, and I mean, ocean cruising is definitely
cheaper. By the time
cheaper.
By the time you add up your transportation, your lodging, all of your food, any kind of entertainment, it's way cheaper. It's way because I think
absolutely.
I don't know. We spent a lot in hotels, and it was crazy. It was crazy. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and just put them in the comments. I'll start looking for questions. Just type the word question in front of it so we can see them. And if you are so inclined, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button.
Did you like having the little snacks? I don't normally pack snacks, but
I think it was okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
I think it was neat that you pack snacks. I like the concept of packing snacks, but I don't know if I like having the snacks.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah,
did you like having the snacks?
Well, I mean, what I missed about is that at least you get out. Like we were less likely to just stop.
Yeah, we just keep going.
It was just gas and.
Yeah,
I really think we just.
You did have gas, but you're very kind. You rolled the window down and.
You're so silly.
Question: what's one underrated port or excursion that totally surprised you? Someplace not hyped but unforgettable. Something that surprised me. I don't know.
Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry.
What is one underrated port or excursion? What do you guys consider an underrated port? Like, I look at all those ports as like, the time that we went to Chokchoban, when I went to Chokchoban with the daughters, I think that's like in Belize, and I always kind of always underwhelmed, I think, by Belize, or maybe it's in Roatan. It could be in Roatan. I can't remember where I was at. But that's one place where you normally just stay around the port. And I thought that Chokchoban thing was pretty neat. Question from Cruise with Melissa. Have you and Jenny ever been on a celebrity cruise? I was pretty loyal to Royal, but was impressed with Celebrity.
Yeah, no, we've been on.
What do you think about celebrity cruises, Jenny B?
So their ships are wonderful. The vibe, I didn't really, and maybe if we go back, because we haven't been on a celebrity in a while, it wasn't my vibe.
Yeah.
But it's still lovely.
Michelle B says Paris and London in March was cheaper than Icon. Yeah, there's definitely some outliers. Like the Icon class for Royal is really expensive cruising right now. Mm-hmm. I think just for folks that just go on kind of the standard, folks like us who just go on kind of the standard middle of the road. You feel like you're going to spend $1,500 to $2,000 for a week of cruising for a couple. I mean, you start talking about $7,000-$8,000, then the value proposition's not there. And of course, that's why you haven't seen us for a week on Icon or something like that. They're booking those ships though, so somebody's paying $7,000 or $8,000. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't pay $7,000 to go to Nassau and Coco Cay. I couldn't do it. Especially when you could go to Europe or something like that for less than that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you got to find the right cruise for that value proposition to make sense.
Yes.
Let's see. Question. Oh, the whole thing jumped. Thank you for the super chat, Beer Master. Question: going on the Epic next year, 7 days in Italy. Can you get used to the weird bathroom, or should we cancellate and rebook? I don't remember what the bathroom was. Have we been on the Epic?
You were on the Epic, but I think you did the solo cabin. That's the one that has the toilet on one side and then the shower in the middle of the.
I liked all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he says we, so it must be something different. You know what? Like, I wouldn't let a bathroom make you cancel a
Well,
cruise.
I mean, not for nothing, but do you remember the NCL, was it Jade we were on?
Yeah,
That bathroom was horrible.
that's true. I don't like that was the one where the tub was tall.
Yes.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would change just for the bathroom. Question from Larry S. Are you going to try MC World America? Yeah, I'm going to go early August.
Yes.
Early August. Tommy from Always Be Booked is here.
Tommy.
So Tommy, I don't presume, should I say, that you watched today's video, but I went pretty hardcore at the clickbait, which I know is one of your favorite things. And so I used a little Photoshopped, and I don't know if anybody could see it because I think the timestamp covers it. But if you look at today's video, the shirt that I'm wearing, I put a little patch on it that said Tony's Bait Shop. I thought Tommy would get a kick out of that.
It's pretty cool.
Tommy, I'm going to get Tommy a shirt that says Tommy's Bait Shop.
Yes. Michael DeVore, thank you for the super chat. He said that he loves Grand Turk. What is our favorite port?
What's your favorite port?
So for me, I loved Cuba, Havana.
Yeah.
And I love St. Martin.
Yep. That's a good one. I'm trying to think.
Puerto Rico's beautiful.
San Juan. I feel like I've done a lot.
But definitely Alaska. And you've been over to Europe. I've not been over to Europe yet, so I'm sure like yours may be a little different. But also, I mean, Juneau is great. But if I had to pick just one, I'm picking Juneau.
Yeah, Juneau's nice. I was looking at my pictures from San Juan the other day. I've done a lot with San Juan. Did stuff with Don. Did stuff with Tommy. San Juan's always a good time. Mm-hmm. I've just been fortunate to go to a lot of places. I don't know, man, like South Queens Ferry. There's a lot of great ports out there. I guess in the Caribbean, I love St. Thomas. There's just so much to do in St. Thomas.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just beautiful there. Let's see. Joshua B., thank you for the super chat. Which cruise line has the best food? What is your favorite dish? Filet of sole, baby. It's my favorite dish. Filet of sole, baby. When the dish is fish. Shout out Ludacris. That's a deep cut if anybody knows that. Go ahead.
So mine has to be recently on the Sun Princess. And it was Rudy's. It was that seafood stew.
Yeah.
Is that what they called it? Yeah.
Seafood stew. Gosh, what's my favorite dish? When you asked the question, the first thing that came to mind was a zumi on Royal. I like eating sushi on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that you can usually get it at an odd time, so you can kind of plan it when it's not super crowded, and the service is really fast. And I love sushi, and I just think Azumi is probably one of the better sushi restaurants.
The hot pot was really cool on Sun Princess.
Hot pot was, other than it being crazy loud, it was really,
that was super loud. Oh, no, what about on Celebrity? The puff pastry.
That French bistro for lunch was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that on top of? The puff pastry was on top of the escargot.
Escargot, yeah.
It was really good.
Absolutely.
So Eric Vigil, thank you for the super chat. Did you get the t-shirts and did they fit? Yes and yes, he did.
Yeah, so I've been wearing these cargo pants, but for some reason I bought a pair of black cargo pants, and I just look like I don't look right with a black t-shirt and black cargo pants. So I actually had to buy t-shirts that were of different color, which was very weird.
Well, and it's weird because I know that I bought you 2 pairs of those cargo pants that you like, and
can't find them.
Can't find one of them. So
when should I start packing? That's the question. My flight is Thursday.
As soon as you close up this tonight.
I'm not packing tonight. It's too many hours.
No, you have to do it tomorrow.
Are transatlantic cruises recommended? Thomas D asked. I loved it. I've just done one. I went from New York to Rotterdam. I think I had 8 days at sea and then a bunch of port stops in the UK and in Scotland. I think I went to UK and Scotland. And then I think that's the only place we stopped before we got to Rotterdam. It was fantastic. Those 8 days at sea, I thought they were going to be drudgery and maybe boring. It was the best. The best. I highly recommend a transatlantic. Mm-hmm. Do I miss the blue sweatpants? My brother asked. No, I still have them. I look at them from time to time. Sometimes we'll lay them out in the bed with us. It's a weird thing that I hate to admit. Just kidding.
I started cutting them up to send them out.
That's right. Yeah, so much like trading cards, we've actually started making blue sweatpants cards.
That's right.
We're going to insert them in La Lita Loca cards. It'll be the chase card. It's going to be one of one. What ship was I on for that transatlantic? It was the New Rotterdam, the latest Holland America line Rotterdam.
Right.
Let's see. Have you done San Diego to Hawaii? No, Ray, we haven't. I've never been out of San Diego. We haven't been out of San Francisco. The only West Coast ports that we've been out of, Long Beach, San Pedro, Seattle. That's it. But yeah, I would like to check out some of those other California ports. Yeah. We haven't really committed to going to Hawaii, but Jenny's kind of into it. So I think at some point I'll have to,
just once.
I have to go to a luau or something.
Who knows? It could be like Alaska.
Yeah. Question, do I need ID to do close the loop out of Mobile? I have a passport but can't get my older teens to the courthouse for the ID. Sterling, I got no idea. Definitely want to check with your cruise line. I don't know how Real ID is playing into it right now, but yeah, I would definitely make sure you get birth certificates also. Mm-hmm. Michael DeVore, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm taking my entire family on a cruise next year, a mixture of first-timer and seasoned vets. Mardi Gras or Utopia of the Seas. Which one? I'm picking Utopia.
Yeah.
I like Mardi Gras. I like the entertainment. I really like entertainment. So the Mardi Gras, I think, has some great entertainment in the middle of the cruise ship, whatever they call that there. They each have a different name on the XL class. But Utopia, it's a big ship with a ice rink and a water show and a big production show, and I like it. I think the buffet is better. Yeah, definitely the buffet. The Windjammer definitely kicks the butt of that Carnival buffet. I mean, Carnival's still got them beat for included food. You've got, on Mardi Gras, you've got Shaq's Big Chicken, you've got Guy's Burger, of course you got Blue Iguana. You got a little bit of a comparable thing on Utopia with El Loco Fresh. You got the Dog House. But if you're going buffet to buffet, I think the buffet, the Windjammer, is going to kick the crap out of Carnival's buffet, unfortunately. Oh, there you go, Daryl. He picked up a deep cut of the Dead Milkman.
That's a great idea. We should do a fire and ice cruise, they call it. Alaska to Hawaii.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
When I serve a fillet of sole. Yes, Stephen, I was deep cutting Alice's restaurant the other day. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant, except for Alice. Shout out Ludacris. Question, have you done the quest on Utopia? Mike, I don't think I have, man. Where's the last place I saw a quest? They did a quest on Margaritaville, and me and Corey from Midships watched that. I think that might have been the last quest, I think. Question, have you cruised to Norway? Is that on your bucket list? I've never cruised to Norway yet. It's definitely on the bucket list. I'd like to do some fjord. I feel like I went to one city in Norway. Is Oslo in Norway? I think I saw the ski jump. I think that was part of the thing where I was on the Transatlantic. But I've never done like what you would consider a full Norwegian cruise where you do the fjords and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Gina Williams asks if they've opened the private island of Celebration Keys. I think that it's August.
No, it's this month.
Oh, is it in July?
It's definitely this month, but I think
we are in July.
It's in a couple weeks, yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Do not travel without insurance, says Mr. Z. Trust me. I would
Mr. Z.
Trust him on it.
Exactly. He knows.
Yeah. Different song, Cruise Life Eric, but definitely an Alice song. Any plans to go on Star of the Seas this fall? And don't think the food will be as good as on Sun Princess. Yeah, so
we're doing Star of the Seas.
In December.
No, Star of the Seas is in August.
No, they're saying Star Princess. Okay, yeah.
Star Princess is, yes, we're in the fall.
Both stars this year, and we'll be on Star Princess.
Have we ever done a river cruise? We have not. No. Walter is definitely trying to convince us to try one. Our travel partner
Walter is trying to get us to go on some exotic river cruise. I think next year or the year after or something like that.
It'd be kind of cool though, right? Like it's all the.
I think I would like it.
Yeah, all the Christmas bazaars.
Exactly. If you guys get a chance, please hit that like button. It helps YouTube push the live show out while we're live. Let's see how the poll's going, yo.
Do it.
10% of the people think that cruising's not the best vacation. Surprised that it's pretty cruise heavy. I'm just kidding. What do you recommend to do in Costa Rica? I've never been to Costa Rica, so I don't know. Anybody out there been to Costa Rica? Have a recommendation? Don't go to where the dinosaurs are because they'll eat your face. Eat your face. Eat your face. Mm-hmm. They'll eat your face. Question: what's Carnival's newest ship besides Jubilee? What's that new one called? They've got another one coming soon. What's the next? I'll have to Google it.
Yeah.
They did tell us a name, but then so much other stuff's happened with Carnival.
Like Coke is back.
Coke is back. Is anybody excited that Coke is back? What is the next Carnival XL ship called?
And they need to give us the can.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than getting a used can. Ugh, it's gross. Midlife Travels.
Oh, that's right.
Hello.
The Festival and the Tropical. That's right.
Yeah.
Question: do river cruises have casinos? Wendy Johnson, I do not think they do.
No.
Yeah.
All right, somebody is saying July. Oh, I missed it now. July. Do you see it?
19th, July the 19th.
Yeah. Thank you for looking that up.
Yes. Any advice for cruising on Margaritaville Sea Island or doing a 7-day in September? It's cool. I guess the only advice, are you driving or are you flying in? If you're driving, use the valet parking. That's the easiest thing. Yeah, I mean, the Margarita's pretty straightforward. It's a good time. I don't know. What would you say about Margaritaville? It's a good cruise.
It's a great cruise for the pricing. It's really fantastic. When we were on there, they were a month out from like redoing like their casino rewards and that sort of thing. The ship was beautiful. The ship was nice and clean. Food was decent. The crew was just phenomenal. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely go. It was a good experience.
Conte Matal says, do you ever take a New Year's Eve cruise? I don't think we've ever been on for New Year's Eve.
We have never been on for New Year's Eve.
We've never seen Old Acquaintance. Old Acquaintance has never been forgotten on a... Old acquaintances have never been forgotten on a cruise ship. Now we're usually at home ringing in the New Year.
You were in Australia though, one New Year's Eve.
It wasn't on a cruise, but
No.
yeah. It was because of a cruise.
You were kind of on a cruise in the harbor.
Yeah, that was cool. That's definitely an outlier event. I do want to say this. So there's a fireworks stand near our house, and they have a sign up it says under new management.
That's scary.
I never even thought about like a management change at the fireworks tent.
Because for years people will rent that certain spot, to put their tents up. Yeah. So maybe like it's just a new company.
I just feel like some dude that was missing fingers, like somebody came up and went, "Sorry, Bob, we're gonna have to put new management in because we're not really making the margin we thought we would make on the Black Cats." I don't know if you've been. I think maybe somebody's been stealing under your watch.
That might be a dark thought.
And Bob is like, all right. But, I don't know any consumer of tent fireworks that are going, I really think they could do better with the management here. It's so crazy.
The marketing wasn't good.
Yeah. Yeah, Sydney Harbor, New Year's Eve in the harbor it's pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing. What's your thought on Royal overbooking the Liberty of the Seas on July the 5th? I'm not too shocked about it. I mean, it's happened enough to where I think you can assume that Royal is actively overbooking their cruises and they figured out that it's profitable to do it. I think, again, a lot of this goes back to when you report out to Wall Street that if you can go... Investors look favorably on that percentage booked number. So if you can go back quarter after quarter and say, hey, we're booked at 110%, we're booked at 120%, which normally that overage comes from putting more people into cabins instead of just 2 people getting 3 or 4 people. But I think the idea is, hey, we know there's going to be people that cancel their cruise. And so if we have an overbooking situation, we're not going to sail with an empty cabin. And I think that's how they get into this overbooking situation. I think it kind of, I mean, it's not, it sucks worse than if you get overbooked on an airplane, because it's like you have to take a week off and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like the compensation's reasonable. I mean, you're getting all your money back most of the time, and then basically a free cruise. So I don't know. Like, I don't think I'd be super mad if I was in an overbooked situation and I could get all my money back and then kind of cruise for free. Yeah. Oh yeah, Happy Canada Day. I thought about that when Don said it, and then we've been on a cruise ship for Canada Day.
It was so cool.
Yeah, our first Princess cruise, and then a couple days after that we had whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4th of July.
4th of July.
Marco, have we ever cruised to Bermuda? If so, what are your thoughts? We have never been to Bermuda, but we are going in April of 2026.
We're going in April.
With a whole bunch of you guys.
200
I'm excited
right now,
about that.
I think. We got like 200. Yeah. It's going to be a... Yeah, we're just, we thought, hey, let's just, we took a good long time away from the group cruises just to kind of reset our mindset. And then we're like, hey, let's do this first one on NCL. And all of a sudden, we got 200 people to hang out with.
Yeah.
Should be fun. Should be fun.
Mercy, how are you and Lorenzo? Hope you guys are doing well.
Bob, I'm assuming that the people that are getting booked are the guaranteed cabins. Yeah. I think that's the only way the overbooking makes sense. You just keep selling guarantees. And then when it comes to the moment of reckoning after final payment, I think that's what happens. They're like, oh, okay, I guess we got to reach out because we've got too many. But I guess the hey, take the free cruise money back goes out to everybody, so then they can slot the guarantees. I don't have any behind the scenes at Royal. It's all speculation from my perspective, but that's what I would think.
Well, and what's when I was a travel agent, like if you had group spacing, like you still can book into that group even though it was a sold out ship.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it's already sold out, so they don't have those rooms that you've, secured.
I just noticed our channel member Sharon up there shouting out Fresca. I do love Fresca.
Oh, yes.
I mean, how can you go wrong with a caffeine-free grapefruit soda?
Oh,
so good.
So good.
Carolyn, thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Super chat.
We haven't had that in a while, actually, Fresca.
Hey, Briggs is here. Hey, party people. Briggs. Anyone going on the 80s cruise? I went on the 80s cruise last year, Briggs. I think you'll like it, but I'm not going this year. We're just doing the Comic-Con cruise, and I might do the Kevin Smith cruise. And maybe, no, I can't do the jazz cruise, but no. I do like the group cruise. I mean, I do like the theme cruise. Gina asked, have we done the ABC itinerary? If so, what's your thoughts about it, cruising ABC on Celebrity in December? I think we've done the A and the C. I don't think we've ever gone to Bonaire. Aruba and Curacao, love it. Love it. Love it.
How's the studio ceiling? Do we have an update?
I just want to say about Aruba and Curacao. Love it. Big fan. Anybody been to Bonaire? Yeah, I think you're going to enjoy the ABCs. I mean, that's like almost a bucket list. The hole's still in the ceiling. So I talked to the maintenance guy, and he's like, I'm going to need a few hours to fix it, and we just haven't come up with a date. And then, of course, I'm going to be gone in a couple days. So it'll probably be after I come back from Alaska.
Well, let me know if I need to go up there. I can run up there.
No, I don't know. I have to sit up there. I mean, I can just do it when I come back.
Okay. Cool. Alex, I know. So Alex, I have made the Facebook group like semi-public. So there's just a question to get in, and then I'll just check to make sure like your email address matches. So
you're on the bookings.
Yeah.
The bookings. Question from Lisa, have we ever been to Belize? Yes, and I can tell you this about Belize. It's unbelievable.
Boom, boom. Man, you are like full of the dad jokes today.
Am I full of
Wait, so can we say where we were last week? We were in the capital of quilting.
Yes.
And, the boys and the girls, our kids were hanging out with us. And man, Tony was full of them dad jokes.
I had a whole set based on the quilting thing. That was kind of funny.
But what's kind of cool is that most of our kids have the same like kind of quirky
Sense of humor.
as we do, and like they were coming right back at you with them.
That was good. Bridget said in Bon Air they rented a golf cart for 4 hours and it was amazing.
I know Bon Air is also where the salt is, isn't it? Yeah, the salt.
You know what? They went to the donkey sanctuary, but you know what I don't like about that place? Bunch of jackasses, honestly. Just a bunch of jackasses.
Baby, there might be some kids out there.
That's not a curse word when you're talking about
A donkey.
A donkey.
Yeah, you're right.
My gosh.
My goodness.
Jenny Censor Girl over here. Censor Girl. She's a scent. Larry S. with a super sticker.
Because he's number one.
He's numero uno. Thank
That's
you
right.
for the super sticker, Larry. Ray and Nancy Cruisers, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for all you do. We enjoy video and the dance. Baby. Question. Let's see. What was the Caribbean port with the excursion with the small monkeys and the parrots? A lot of times that's in Roatan, the Daniel Johnson. Now they put some restrictions though. You can't like hold sloths
can't
anymore.
hold the sloths anymore.
But that was the place where there were always the parrots and the monkeys, but they also had the sloths. So I'm not sure. Free to say what you like. It's challenging everybody to get up. Get up. Let's see. When you do group cruises, do you appreciate people thanking you for doing the YouTube thing, or is it more of a appreciate your privacy outside the meet and greet? Sayak, I always appreciate when somebody. I love it when people come up and say we love what you do, but it's sometimes weird because people will come up and just say weird things. So I guess to properly answer your question, if the interaction's good, I love it all the time. But if the interaction's weird, I don't love it all the time. It's probably about a 90-10%, a 90 cool interaction, 10% weird interaction split. I'm thankful for all of it because
Absolutely.
if people weren't coming up to me saying that they liked the show, then there probably wouldn't be a show. So, I like it. It's good. It's good.
It sometimes catches me off guard a little bit, like when I was at the post office this week.
Yeah.
You know, the guy, when I got some stamps, he was like, oh, Jenny.
Yeah, it's weird. We do get recognized a lot in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the only like weird times like middle of a meal is odd a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
But it's still pretty, it's just, it's a blessing. It's awesome.
DD Haslam said, did I finish my pack of candy cigarettes? Yes, as soon as you gave it to me. Those did not leave the ship that you gave it to me on.
Those did not come home at all.
Celia, do you know what time you're docking in Victoria? The Cruising Sisters would love to say hi, and Dawn.
Aww.
Timbits. I don't know what time. Timbits are good from Tim Hortons. I don't really, much like every time I cruise, I have no idea what time anything is. I just kind of go. But yeah, I don't know. But it's the Royal Princess, so if you can look up the itinerary, that should give us some time. But I don't really know. Where's the new non-black tea? They're in a bag right there.
Yeah.
From Jacques Cousteau.
I gotta wash them tomorrow. Get them ready, nice and soft.
I got the yellow and I got a coral. It's so crazy. So crazy.
What is our Tom? Hey, how are you? Favorite restaurant on the NCL Aqua? So for me on the Aqua, it was the Mexican restaurant, but I don't think they have the dishes anymore, right? And
Well, they didn't
they
didn't have the street corn on there.
Yeah, the street corn.
What did I really like on the Aqua? I think I like the new Thai place, Sukhothai. That's what it was. Sukhothai. You gotta say it like that. Sukhothai. They have the world's largest, or they've got the largest teppanyaki.
I didn't go on Aqua. I'm talking about the Prima.
You were thinking, yeah. But Sukhothai, and then they have the world's largest teppanyaki, which was cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yep, we did have somebody show up at my room, Marianne. That would be in the 10% bad interaction scenario.
Yeah.
Vicky misses the cruise news. Cruise news is over. Yeah, the wild thing is cruise news kind of fell out of favor with advertisers, oddly enough. So now that I don't mention cruise news, I get a different caliber of advertisers. So I'm essentially still doing cruise news, but I just had to market it different for the good of the business. I do love that song though. Cruise news, cruise news, cruise news. It's over. Eric Granger said that we'll be in Victoria at 9. We're really going to be there at 9 to midnight, Eric.
Whoa.
I know it's just like obligatory, and we go to Victoria because it's the law. But that's a cool city. I wish we could go at some reasonable time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, have we heard anything about the ship coming to Mobile? Isn't it the Spirit?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I thought I heard.
I think you're right. What line would you recommend for a solo cruiser? Penny asked. I like the lines that have solo cabins. NCL, I think, does it really well. Royal Caribbean has some. I feel like on Virgin. Does Virgin not have a solo supplement?
They don't.
Yeah, so you're also only going to look for places with no solo supplement. Virgin's good, and then all three of those lines certainly have solo mixers. But I'm for sure not an expert on solo cruising. Any solo cruisers out there?
Did you mention Princess? Sometimes Princess runs promotions that there's no solo supplement. Yeah.
Solo supplement.
Yeah.
Terrific Tuesday from Oklahoma. How about that?
I like that.
Thomas D, I will definitely say hi to Don. Hopefully he goes. I'm waiting to hear tomorrow. Question, Western Caribbean, are they tender ports or docks? Frank, I guess it depends where you go. Costa Maya is a dock. Cozumel is certainly a dock. Where else do we go in the Western? Roatan, Mahogany Bay, that's a dock. I feel like there might be a tender somewhere in the West, but I can't remember. I feel like most of them are docks. I'm surprised you didn't join Walter. He's on the... Well, so I didn't really plan to cruise again until August. So this was kind of an out-of-cycle thing because I've been trying to rehab my knee. So, this is more like...
This is more like you're just a...
I just watched Don kind of go through his thing and went, look, I know there's going to be a lot of people that want to see Don, and I know I'm not Don, but maybe I can at least help. So... Well,
and we were both going to go. But they were sold out. But we were able to at least get Tony into the cabin with Don, so it worked out good.
Any tips on Antigua or Tortola? I've been to both of those. I feel like Antigua, I just walked around the port. Maybe Tortola, the same thing. I'm kind of leaning into, if you really want to find what a place is like, try to find one of those best of tours. Certainly, it's a lot of time on a bus, so there's going to be. I feel like there's going to be several options of the best of. I think you got to kind of read between the lines and read some reviews to find a tour that's a best of, but not necessarily a bunch of hours on the bus. But I feel like the first time you go somewhere, those are the best kind of things to do. So.
Mm-hmm. Sayak wants to know how I've been during the knee recovery.
Very unsupportive. Like, I'm like, oh, I need some ice. And she's like, well, you know where the freezer is.
Get
Fat
up.
boy. I'm like, okay.
Get up and dance over to that freezer.
Like, man, but nah, this is great. Burb Love too. I feel like, Don's pretty good. I mean, he's gone through a lot of these cancer surgeries and stuff, and he's always done what the doctors tell him. So I think he's pretty trusting in the doctor. If they tell him not to travel, he won't travel. And if they tell him it's okay to travel, he will travel. So, I mean, that's kind of him and his doctors, Let's see.
Sayak, he's kidding. He is kidding.
About what? You making me get my own ice?
Yeah.
Savage.
You silly.
Rob says if you dive, Tortola has the RMS Atocha. Well worth the dive. So I'm assuming that's a sunken vessel.
Yeah. I mean, Annette, I guess I could go, but of course, Tony's air flight is already booked, and that might be a little bit of a hassle to... Well, and actually, when does it leave? On the 5th? You need 3 days, so no, I couldn't go.
Question, will you take over for Don if he can't go? Yeah, I mean, that's the plan. So, I mean, obviously I can't do his travel agent stuff. I don't have any access to that, but as far as like going to dinner and hanging out with people and going to the cocktail party and all that, and Somebody, Chris made some gifts to give out. I certainly can facilitate giving out stuff. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm just going to go and I probably won't play the Yes No Game Show, but I'm going to go and be the best Don that I can be.
Well, listen, I think that, we love Don, right? Like, he's such a good friend and, for the community, right? Like, and for Don, you're doing a wonderful thing.
Somebody said, what's that light outside the window that keeps changing colors? I've never seen it before, so it could be an unidentified flying object.
No, that's our LED lights out by the pool.
That's the LED lights. Yeah. Which ship has not been plus size friendly? The biggest place that's not plus size, so almost any venue that you go to is going to have seating for you. Almost any public area is going to have seating for you. The biggest challenge that if you're plus size is the theater seating. And I would say most cruises that I've gone on, I have to squeeze into those seats and they're very uncomfortable. Some cruise lines will have some good seating, like the Aqua's got some bench seating. But
Sun Princess,
but a lot of times that seating's not really where you can see very well. So that's, yeah. Joshua B, you can request a dance break, but we don't really do any live. So I can do a little bit of this. But thank you so much for the super chat. Jacob Krause, thank you so much for the super chat. Have you been to Aruba? Going on Aqua next month for 4 days. If not, at least recommendations for a 4-day on Aqua food and show wise. I've been to Aruba. I don't know if I've done an official excursion in Aruba. I've walked all over Aruba. I've gone toy shopping and I've gone searching for different kind of foods. There's a whole like promenade, like main street that you can walk down that has great shopping. But I think Aruba, I don't like going to the beach or anything like that. There's a free trolley in Aruba and there's like some public museums that are free. I do like riding the free trolley around because you can see some stuff. I think the next time I go to Aruba, though, I'm gonna like try to do a legit excursion and see something that's of note. It's just a cool place, though. I just like the fact that you can walk around and you can go to stuff. But when it comes to the Aqua, food and show wise, on the Aqua Sukhothai, go see the Rumors show, go see the Prince show. The other restaurants, I'm trying to think if anything really jumped out at me as. I think Sukhothai is neat because it's interesting and it's new. It's their first Thai food at sea. But yeah, that's going to be good. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jelly. Databetic, thank you so much for the super chat. Don't mind me just over here collecting more XP. That top fans thing is weird. Let's see.
You're so cute.
Michael DeVore is number 1 right now with 625 XP.
Wow.
Databetic, 5 Databetic, you almost pulled into the top spot. I guess it's almost like YouTube video games, the thing. Any feedback on the Celebrity Reflection? Just booked a 4-day Bahamas, says Drew. Never been on the Reflection. Is that a smaller ship? We've been on the excuse me. We've been on the Equinox. Been on the Edge, Apex. Is that the only celebrities? We only done 3 celebrities. 2 celebrities.
I did 2. You did 3.
Yeah. What was the question? Yeah, on the Reflection. Anybody been on the Reflection? I like Celebrity. I feel like it's a more laid-back, professional kind of vibe. Yeah, I feel like, I think I've said it before. I feel like Celebrity is like jazz, where Princess is like classical music, if that analogy makes any sense. But yeah, I think you'll have a good time.
Yeah. Marianne Capice has a question for me. How am I feeling after the cat attack? Same way with the allergies. So it's okay. I knew he was coming, so I took my Benadryl, and my son, after he saw and read the post, he's like, "Mom, that's a little dramatic," and I'm like, "Well, I am a little dramatic when it comes to cats. That's number 1." But, to me, it was like a lion because I don't really like them and I'm afraid of them. So.
Well, plus we saw that cat bite.
Taylor's face. So his significant other, so the mother, like Ollie bit her like hanging on for dear life on her eyebrow. So I was a little scared for my life when I woke up. But somebody told me that because Ollie got on my chest and was just laying there, that he just felt very safe with me.
So there's some things I don't tell you because I know that you overreact to them. But you know when cats do that, they're trying to suck the soul out of your body.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So maybe the cat owns your
Well,
soul.
and I didn't have any milk, so, you know.
The cat may own your soul.
Whatever.
So after the cat owns your soul, they start making biscuits on you.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you need anything to drink?
C.K. Johnson, exactly. They are like mini lions. Like, they're all over the place. But I tell you, you know what? The first interaction I had with that cat is when he attacked his mother. So it was a little frightening.
A little scary.
But to be fair, when we just saw him, like he was very sweet. Actually, he was pretty sweet. I just didn't like waking up and his face right in my
Do you need
face.
to drink?
No, I'm still nursing your coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, Wendy's father-in-law got sepsis from a cat bite.
See?
Cat scratch fever.
See?
Tracy's fostering 7 kittens
No.
in Tampa. Do you want one, Jenny B?
No,
I'll
but
get you a cat.
I do want a Yorkie poo though. So if anybody sees a Yorkie poo, that's what I want.
Beer Master, thank you for the super chat. Super chat.
And I would prefer a Yorkie poo that's a couple years old and already trained. I don't want a puppy.
And Beth Alexander, I don't know if I said thank you, but thank you for the super chat. What did you think of the MSC Grandiosa? I'm a Carnival cruiser, but I'm branching out. I don't think I've been on the Grandiosa, but I think MSC is a very nice experience, comparable experience when it comes to Carnival cruising. It's a little, I think the big thing that's different for MSC, of course, most of their ships are really like chrome and maroon. So
Right.
where Carnival is a lot of nautical type, colors or crazy, fuchsias and all that kind of stuff. MSC is a little more maroon and
crystal.
Chrome and crystal. Maroon, chrome, and crystal. And they're used to hosting, they're primarily a European cruise line. Mm-hmm. So they bring that European sensibility to North America. They're used to hosting people from a lot of different countries. So you're going to hear a lot of different foreign languages. They attract people from different countries. And so it's a really international, diverse kind of vibe. Not everybody's into that I noticed, but I liked it. And I think it's very comparable to Carnival.
You know why I love MSC? Because they're no nonsense.
Yeah.
Right? Their crew is not like, hey, honey, baby, how's everything going?
Yeah.
Oh, you want a cup of coffee? Here you go. Have a good day.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's like, boom, let me get on my way,
Exactly.
So, yes. Ooh. Get a girl. I had a boy. They are harder to potty train. I know. But then, the girls have to wear diapers, and we had a little poodle before, and we remember when she used to have to run around in diapers. Yeah. She was so bad.
Yeah, Skeety, for some reason in this light and where the computer is and stuff, I can't really see with my glasses, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
How bizarre.
I know, that's why I'm squinting, because I can't see with the glasses either.
That's right.
The light's a little bright.
Bright light.
A bright light.
MSC, do they sing casino? I don't think we've ever gotten a casino offer from MSC.
They don't. And quite honestly, their casino... Well, actually, which ship were we on with Charlotte and Sal?
Seaside.
No. Seaside was the first one we went on. Seascape. Do you remember, they had casinos, on every floor, I felt.
There was a lot.
Or at least slot machines on every floor.
Janelle here, checking in from the Island Princess. Good to see you,
Janelle. I'm so glad. Leah sent me over the pictures of you guys. How sweet. I'm so glad you got to see her. And her mama.
Oh, man, we got 1,200 people, 672 likes. I think we could get to 700. Could 28 of you pop out of the chat and hit the like button? That'd be cool. Beer Master, thank you. Oh, you've got the super sticker. I like the controller jumping for joy. Question from Finding a Sunset. That's a great name. What's a good hotel close to the Miami port that will drive you to the port? I feel like I stayed at a Marriott or something. There's some stuff. There's some South Beach hotels. We normally don't stay at those hotels because they're very expensive for the night before the cruise. A lot of times we'll stay in this area called Blue Lagoon, which I feel like is midway between the airport and the cruise port. You still got 30 or 40 minute trek down to the cruise port, which not always ideal, but it's nice. There's usually restaurants there, or sometimes we stay right next to the airport. Anybody know a good right next to the hotel or right next to the cruise port in Miami hotel that you could recommend? Nikki hasn't seen an update from Don. Make sure you're watching Don's Family Vacations because he updated from the hospital every day. And then today he had another health update. He is okay. He's out of the hospital and he's been on IV antibiotics. And I think he's waiting to see if he can be cleared to travel. So that's going to be that's going to be the next update tomorrow. But that's Don's Family Vacations.
Yeah. Mario, we're getting some good Royal casino offers.
We have been getting Royal stuff in the mail.
Yeah.
Royal.
The male wears diapers also. So I had a friend when I was a little younger that had like a Yorkie that weighed like 2 or 3 pounds. And it was actually trained to go in cat litter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a cat, like little thing. I don't think they didn't have litter in it, but it was like a cat box.
Ben says, Jenny B, do you miss being a travel agent?
No. I don't.
There you go. This is one of the reasons why she's not one anymore. Let's see. Will I take $5,000 for my Lego storage garage? Skeety, it'll probably take more than that. Question, which company, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Princess, do you think has the best food? The Freak Spawn, I guess it depends where. Like, if I'm going burger, I'll go Carnival. If I'm going pizza, I'll take Royal Caribbean. If I'm going buffet, I think I'm going Royal Caribbean. If I'm going main dining room, I'm going Princess. If I'm going specialty pizza, I'm going Princess. I think they all have their pluses and minuses. Like, to me, Carnival still has the best included food. You know, I could completely junk out and eat Guy's Burgers, Blue Iguana, and the deli, and I could do that the whole cruise. I don't need to go to the buffet or the main dining room. I don't know that I could pull that off on Royal or Princess. I think I would have to go to the buffet in the main dining room. So it depends. Like, I certainly adjust what I'm going for depending on the cruise line. Yeah. But it depends what you're looking on. So if you're looking for the best, like buffet and dining room combo, maybe Royal. But it probably just depends what you like.
Yeah, so I'm going to disagree with you just a little bit. So I don't like Guy's Burger. I know you're going to come at me, and that's fine. The best burger I feel was what we were on. Was it Holland?
Yep.
That was a really great burger.
That burger place is good.
Yeah. Pizza is probably MSC for me, and then specialty pizza definitely Princess, buffet Princess, or Celebrity, and Royal. Like nothing really wowed me on Royal. Now, if we're talking coffee, it's Royal NCL because they have Starbucks.
Yeah, Bill, I was just going with the options they laid out in the thing. NCL wasn't there.
Free coffee is MSC.
NCL is a whole nother vibe too. Like I can almost, I don't know, the local has changed for me since we first started going there. I think the quality is a little different. Yeah. But on the new ships, like that Indulge Food Hall, that's a whole vibe. I love that. I love that all together. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that NCL wasn't on there. I apologize.
You didn't mention NCL, did you? Yeah. No, that's what Bill was saying. Nobody mentioned NCL. I was like, it wasn't in the thing. Holland's Dive-In, and then on the New Holland ships, I guess they had it on the Holland ship that we were on, but it's not as good as on the Rotterdam, the New York pizza place in Delhi. The deli on the Rotterdam on Holland America was really good.
Yeah. So James Sim has a question for you. Tony, lava cake, eat or yeet?
I don't know what yeet means, but I think I've had the lava cake one time, and I don't like it. It's too gooey. And usually I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting for somebody to finish up their dance number before I have it.
I don't like it.
And I probably have been accosted by a towel animal before I went to dinner. So those three things stack up in a big no for me.
I don't like it. If I do order it, though, I do ask them to cook it a little longer.
And you get it with peanut butter. Peanut butter jelly time and peanut butter jelly time. Hal makes those fresh crepes. Yeah, the creperie.
Oh, yes. You know what? Somebody... Princess Free Coffee is great as well at their coffee bar.
Yeah, so the interesting thing, like if you read these comments, they're very diverse in what people like. So I think it really is a good example, even in our own household. It just shows you that cruising's so different that you can get at the end of the day, it's kind of nitpicking because any cruise that we've gone on, we've figured out ways to enjoy the food and stuff like that. But that is the beautiful thing about cruising to me. Like we could land the plane. They say we can bring it back around. Why cruising is the best vacation? Even like, if you look across all the different cruise lines, you're essentially getting on a ship and going somewhere. So the nuts and bolts of cruising is the same across all cruise lines. But it's the diversity in the offerings of all these cruise lines that make cruising great because, maybe you don't feel the same way as you did 8 years ago. And the thing that was exciting to you 8 years ago is different now. But the nuts and bolts of cruising is still there. And so you can go to a different product or you can go to a different cruise line and find the new thing that you like. And so I think that's really one of the long-term appeals of cruising is it's a vacation that keeps on giving. That's going to be the ad. Come cruising. It's the vacation that keeps on giving. But yeah.
So I agree with that, right? Because sometimes like I'll get a kick of like, hey, let's have sushi, right? So remember on one of the Carnival ships, we ate sushi
every night,
the whole week.
Yeah.
But it's nice because, if you're not feeling it, we'll just go to the buffet and I can grab something there. Like it's just cruising is wonderful.
Exactly.
No decision making, but other than, what am I going to do today?
Yeah, what are we going to do today? Ooh, I'm out of USB-C ports, so I have to plug this hard drive back in. Oh, wait. Oh, it says it's almost dead.
Hurry up.
I guess this isn't charging. I thought it was charging.
There you go. It just made the noise.
Questionable. It's almost dead. Hey, if we happen to die accidentally with not die that way, but if the computer goes off, I guess we do have to close this out. I don't have the correct power set up here, and I think the laptop's not going to make it. Look, thanks everybody for being here, and appreciate all of the great questions. Of course, I'm not sure what the live schedule is going to look like next week, but the cruise show will be out pretty much on the same schedule. I appreciate everybody watching, and thank you guys for coming out. My name's Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
We are La Lido Loca, and until the next time.
We'll see you on the Lido.
We'll see you on the Lido.
Bye.
I don't have the clip, so I'm just going to have to do the dun 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 dun. See you on the Lido.
Bye.
Bye. Where do I hit finish? Push it, Jenny. I got it.
Do it.
We're still here. Bye.
Bye.